take it back a little bit, you know, and we spoke about this and being on stage with people that you haven't been on stage with during your career. When you first, you know, heard the lineup, who were you like, wow, what was your wow factor when you heard that lineup and say, wow, I'm going to finally be on stage or be in a
I didn't say that.
You didn't? Wow, okay.
I'm going to say because, well, I guess Gene Carn, Carol Williams. Now, is it Rochelle that's from?
No, Rochelle's solo now. It's the actual first choice.
Oh, okay.
You got Annette,
So I just worked with Rochelle in the UK.
Right, in the UK.
Right.
So no, these are people to me now
Right,
that
right.
that I know.
Okay.
And then it occurs to me, oh my God, on disco.
Now I know how to get it something. I'm now, you know, and that's,
What?
that's
Yeah.
it. Okay, now I'm a disco
And
host.
someone said to me, I was singing the other day, and she says, yeah, you got that Broadway. I said, oh, that's why they call me Broadway no matter what I do. 'Cause I'd be belting, yes. but I didn't know. I mean, that's why it has to be God, because
Right.
you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know.
Right.
You don't know, but
You
I
don't
don't know
know.
if you remember. You was talking to the audience at Legends of Disco last year, and there was a young lady that ran all the way to the front, to the front of the stage, and she was like, Melba, I love you. I saw you in Timbuktu with Joffrey Holder, and you just kept talking. You kept talking to the audience and didn't distract you, and me and Murph's like, whoa.
Yeah.
But does that happen a lot to you in concert?
Only when I'm lucky.
Wow.
No, and I'm not distracted. And sometimes, you know, I might address the person, but they know you're not ignoring them.
Right,
They know, as long as they know that, you know.
Especially diehard fans.
That you're not bothered by it. I'm not. I might be like humbled by it.
Right. It's like sometimes they catch you off guard. You be like, wow, they remember that. You know, it's like.
Right, I'm thinking, oh, now what was I saying?
What song was I doing? That's interesting. And the reason why I asked you a question about the wow factor, because I know you ask a lot of artists.
It's
that
a
say,
lot of wows
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
It's a lot of wows.
Yeah,
Go
that's
ahead.
like me.
Go
I'm
ahead,
wild
go
too. When Mike said, Murph, I want you to host this, I'm like, wow. I'm like, you know.
Well, you know, I thought of Murph because I know how long he's been doing this for. He's been doing television, he's been doing radio. And no disrespect to all the New York radio stations, WBLS, and everybody who hosts these shows. I said, just to me, just looking back, I ain't see anybody giving them an opportunity. So I think life's about opportunities.
Right,
I want
right.
to give them one.
I don't think it's just that, Mikey. I think you see something special in people. And
do.
Don't you?
I do.
You do.
I do.
You do. And you bring that, and it's an opportunity at the same time. So it's a great thing for the audiences. It's a great thing for the business part of it. It puts new blood and new air. Because people think especially, I think America is very creative. We're a new country. And so we naturally kind of go into the next thing. We've got so many things going on. You help us kind of appreciate what we have.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then talking about appreciation. I know everybody in the Bronx is appreciative because June 22nd, everybody, it's going down at Hostos College. And I'm telling you, if you don't have your tickets yet, you better get your tickets. Go to hostoscenter.org, get your tickets, and come out and have some fun. And from what I hear, I think you're doing a meet and greet afterwards?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm there.
That's my time to have fun.
There you go.
And you know, that's kind of a rarity today. I think, not that artists don't want to do meet and greets, but a lot of times I think they don't have the time to do it.
Right.
They just don't do it. But Melba makes it a point to do meet and greets.
Well, it's because I'm the boss now.
There you go.
Well,
See?
if you hire
Mike,
me.
you're fired. You're fired,
You the
Mike.
boss. You the boss for real.
You know, it's funny because back at Legends of Disco, remember, Mike and I was behind the curtain. We was like this. We look at each other like, wow, this is incredible. Mike, you pitch me. I'll pitch you. You pitch me. You know, 'cause like,
You pitching each other?
We're like, it was really surreal because,
Yeah.
you know, and growing up and you're listening to artists, you're like,
Yo,
okay,
that's that
not
too.
only will I never get a chance to maybe
Yeah.
meet them, but to
Yeah.
rub elbows with them or to
Yeah.
introduce people that I grew up admiring. It's like,
Yeah.
it was just amazing to me. And like I told Mike, I'm always humbled by opportunities that I get because,
Yeah,
you know.
it still shows. It's not, you know, blasé for you.
No, it's a way of life for me. It's like I have that little kid in me that's
good.
excited. It's like the first time I hear a song,
Yeah.
but I've heard it already. But the little kid in me, it's the first time they hear, so it gets me going.
But kids are like that.
I like that's what I'm never
Every
kill a
time they
kid in
do
me.
something, they may have done it 1,000 times, but
Right.
it's like they never did it before.
Exactly, you know, and as parents, we look at them and like, wow, that is amazing. And although we've seen them do it 1,000 times,
Yeah.
although I've seen 1,000 shows, but each show to me, it's like hearing it
Yeah.
and seeing it for the first time, and to be on stage to introduce. I'm looking at the crowd, I'm like this. what am I going to say now, Mike? Mike said, he said, Murph, just go out there and do what you do. I'm like, okay, so to get me warmed up.
But I think you and I have something in common in that one of the reasons I still have the wow is because it was taken away from me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He
That's
was
true.
saying, you don't get the kind of exposure that perhaps
Right.
some of the other ones do.
Right.
So when you do, you appreciate it.
Right.
And you're just as good as anyone else.
That's true. That's true.
So you're excited about that. It's not that you don't have confidence.
Right.
You have to
Right.
work up to something.
There
But
you go.
there's a lot of great talent. There's a lot of good reasons why people have opportunities and why
Right.
they don't. So when you get yours, you say, wow.
That's exactly. I was like, I walked out on stage, and to get me started, I didn't want to just walk out on stage and then get the mic. I took the mic and I said something backstage, and I said, okay, I'm ready. But what got me excited is I came to sound check. I'm watching everybody doing sound check.
Right.
I'm like, this is amazing. I can't wait till the show start now because I'm amped up now. I'm really excited.
I'm always sensitive to that when I'm doing a sound check, especially with people who've never seen or heard me.
Right.
I feel like they have to be the ones that you've convinced it.
Right.
First.
Exactly.
Not the sound person, yeah, because we're going to start holding a note from the time the first instrument plays
Right.
to the end of the doggone song. He got to know not to cut it off.
now?
No.
But it's interesting. Like I said, when Mike Tab, he said, Murph, Legends of Disco, I got you. And then now, when we spoke, he said, I'm going to do a shorter, a smaller venue, and give people, 2 opportunities to catch disco at its best. And just to think of this lineup coming up with you and First
Gene
Choice,
Carn,
Gene
rare
Carn.
appearance in New York.
Yes.
Very rare
Yes.
appearance. And I don't get it with the promoters. And one thing I would like to say, and it's not a racial thing or anything like that, I think from my standpoint, I'm probably the only person of color doing these shows.
Right.
And I'm real proud of that because no one's doing it. Everybody's doing the same old. So I want to change it up and see if the people want to come out. And as long as they come out, I'll continue to do it.
It's funny because I think after the show was over, I think Melba had posted saying, you guys are the #1 promoters now. You got to tell them, they're coming after you now, boy. They know who you are now. And that's a great thing because, again, the Bronx is not privy to disco like it's being brought now. And, most of the time you hear people give a show, it's always R&B, or maybe hip hop. But now you bring in dance, and what happens is a lot of people are now privy to what music they grew up listening to but forgot about because there's nobody doing it. There's no concerts to go to.
There's nobody doing it here because
Right.
disco has such a wide format now, different areas, that it's really quite big around the world and around the country. Like he said,
Right.
people just weren't bringing it here.
Exactly, and that's a great, I know back in the days it was a risk that you took, but now you look at it and say, you know what, this is for all the marbles.
You've
now,
got an audience.
Yeah. And now,
So Mikey, go make money.
yeah, there you go,
I'm
Mike.
very appreciative.
Go now and make money.
Very appreciative to work with Melba. And anytime I get a chance to work with
Right.
Melba, we're going to try to make it happen.
Absolutely.
Especially if she's available.
Right.
And I know I've said this before, but I've been watching Melba more on television since I was 4 years old. So
Wow.
I can go through all the TV shows I've seen her on.
Well, so Mikey, do I get the job yet?
Yes.
I've been auditioning for him since he was 4 years old.
Wait, you've been
Okay?
auditioning that long? Come on now. It's time to get the job.
Absolutely.
What is? I mean, when you talk about traveling around the world, where is the craziest place that you went to where you looked and you say, wow. Again, wow. Like, I can't believe I'm here, or I can't believe the reception. And sometimes it's not whether you believe the reception or not, but to see the reception that you get, you're like, wow, it is so, what we do is really accepted worldwide. Some people, it's just so local, they don't even know what it's like to expand and go above or beyond, just being local. You've gone international. When you got...
Well, I'm going international. I'm reclaiming this.
Okay, all right.
Kind of like you are.
Okay, yeah. With this afro, with the new hairstyle.
Ask me the same
right.
thing about a year from now, because
Okay.
it's really building, and he's building,
Okay.
this genre up too. I don't look at it quite the way you do, because the music has been there.
Right.
And in some cases, I didn't even know it.
Right.
And then I'm getting invited, and I'm saying wow for, I guess, another reason.
Right. Wow.
I don't
That's
understand,
interesting.
like, the longevity of recorded music.
Right.
In some cases, I don't know if we thought this would always be. And people were asking for vinyl again.
And
Yes.
we were talking about
Yeah.
that.
You know?
Right.
Right. How
So
it
vinyl
evolves.
sold more in the last few years than the digital downloads.
Really.
I don't think anybody expected that.
Right.
I think nothing
Well,
sounds
maybe you
better
did.
than
I don't
vinyl. Vinyl still has that crisp sound to it.
Yeah, everybody want to hear the pop of the needle,
You know,
right?
it occurred to me too that maybe the sound is not so good because it might depend on if you're downloading it and
Right,
you have a crappy
right. You got a
sound
bad copy.
system.
Absolutely.
I
Then you
didn't
got a
think
lot
of
of
that.
digital remastering now, so it like takes away from the song to me,
It does.
as
And
opposed
you
to
don't hear all
record.
the instruments,
Right.
to a certain degree. But then also,
And you would, if you didn't know, like me, you would think it would be better.
right.
But
You
it's
would
not
think
turning
so.
out that way.
Right. But you got so many people giving you bad copies. So when a person goes on and just say, "Oh, that's my song," but download it, then they get it and they play it, and it's like, "Oh wow,"
Yeah, well, you know,
Oh,
it gets
okay.
cut off.
If you go to if you upload something to YouTube and you download it, it's a low quality file.
Right.
It's like 128.
Yeah,
The
or-
high
yeah.
quality
Yeah,
is
see?
320.
Right.
So if it's not 320, it sounds like trash.
Yeah.
So it was a new industry and had to go through its process. Now it's going to the next stage with people saying, I don't like that. Give me, I heard a young lady say in one of the interviews that I did the other day, she says, well, I have my children listen to good quality music, so once they hear that, they don't want to hear what's bad.
Right.
So we're having a lot of retraining and re-listening, redirecting. Everything's been marketed to us.
Right.
Now we've received it, now we're saying no to some of it.
I don't like that.
To some of it, yeah.
But the great thing is about choices now, and one of the things that I say in terms of choices, you have a choice now to go either online or call to get tickets for June 22nd, Disco Explosion. Y'all better be there. We're gonna have
Man,
food.
thank you for having us.
Yes.